Hello and welcome to Crypto Reviews. In this video, I'm going to be talking about WazirX, one of India's biggest cryptocurrency exchanges, which has been bought by Binance. So Binance, which is one of the top cryptocurrency exchanges, owns WazirX to capture the Indian market. And not only is it a regular exchange in India, it's also got a lot of interesting features which we're going to be talking about in this video. Now, why am I talking about WazirX? Well, I have actually done a video recently where I've mentioned the top three biggest gainers during the coronavirus outbreak, because as you know, the market has been extremely volatile. And what's interesting about WazirX is that it's maintaining a high price considering its listing price from Binance. When Bitcoin's price is quite high, WazirX has dumped a lot, and now WazirX has really increased in price in the last while, right? And not only that, of course, it did suffer a dip like everything else, but considering its listing price, it will be interesting to talk about that as well. And apart from that, we're going to take a look at the technical information on WazirX. We'll take a quick look at the exchange to see what it's about. And if you're from India, you may be interested. Again, it's not financial advice or anything, but if you're from India, you may be interested to trade on WazirX. And if you are, I do have a link in the description below. Again, just to make it very clear, this is not a leverage exchange. I will not suggest any kind of leverage trading to anybody because you can lose your money. This is just a regular cryptocurrency exchange which you can use to buy and sell crypto for regular trading. It all depends on what your level is at, if you feel comfortable doing it or not. But anyway, if you're new here, my name is Claudio and this is CryptoSchain, the channel where I do crypto news, reviews, tutorials and interviews. So please make sure to hit that like button and click subscribe, and also enable notifications to make sure you don't miss the next video I upload that may interest you. So that being said, let's talk about WazirX, which has the ticker symbol WRX, and it is a token on Binance chain. So if you have, for example, a hardware wallet and you have downloaded the Binance chain app on your hardware wallet, you can send the WRX token to your Binance chain address. Okay, so that is the cool thing about that. And just to make it very clear, again, on CoinMarketCap, we can see all the different informations here. As always, on market caps, on volumes, on circulating supply, and on total supply, and of course price and historical chart information, as well as social media links and places where you can actually purchase the token, places where the token is trading at, or not only this specific token but in general with cryptocurrencies. And I have done a beginner's video on how you can use CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, which are the two most well-known websites for that. But if we go here to the social media page, we can see that we've got their Twitter page here, so their Twitter link. They're very active on Twitter. Nishal Shetty here, he's the CEO of WazirX. Okay, so they're constantly updating us. 7 hours ago, 11 hours ago, 11 hours ago, 30th of March, which is yesterday. So they've had some interviews as well. So as you can see, these guys are very active. Okay, so that is one of the things we need to keep in mind. You may be arguing, okay, maybe it's hype, but we're gonna talk about who actually owns these guys, right? So just to remind you, Binance, one of the top cryptocurrency exchanges, is probably going to be #1 pretty soon, actually owns WazirX. So hence why I really wanted to do a review on this specific coin, on this specific token, and of course on the exchange to take a quick look at it. So let's not waste any time and get in. So here is the exchange, WazirX.com. Again, the link can be found in the description if you want to check out the link. I would very much appreciate it if you clicked on that. But here we can see they're in beta, right? So they're still working on this exchange. It is very simple. It looks basic. There's nothing like amazing about this exchange. Looking at the graphical user interface, the GUI, you can trade BTC USDT pairs. They've got the WRX USDT pair, of course, and all the major cryptocurrencies on here, and a lot of them are the ones that are already on Binance as well. What's interesting here, and actually caught my attention, where did I see it? So BCHSV, so Bitcoin SV is actually trading on here. But what's interesting is that Binance have delisted Bitcoin SV, right? Yet it's trading on WazirX, but Binance owns WazirX. So it's a bit odd. It just shows you that even though Binance bought WazirX, it is the WazirX CEO is actually controlling what gets listed and what not. So CZ can't really tell him, look guy, I own you, so please don't list this coin because I've delisted them from Binance, right? So he can still control what he wants here on this exchange. So that was just something interesting to notice here. Now, apart from that, what I found interesting is the iron ore pairing, which is the Indian rupee pairing. Okay, this is their fiat currency, the local currency, but there's no WRX pairing here, so you can trade against the USD Tether, Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, and Litecoin, but nothing against WRX, which is their own token. And I found that interesting. I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe there's some legal implication, or who knows, right? If we go to the BTC pair, of course we can trade it, but again, not on the INR pair. Let's go to P2P here. So this is kind of one of the big features of WazirX, the fact that you can do P2P, peer-to-peer trading. Again, you can buy and sell Bitcoin instantly with your bank account, 0 fees, 100% safe, world's first auto-matching P2P engine. Okay, so you can do the conversion between fiat and crypto. And not only that, but you can also use it to send USDT to Binance. Okay, so that is one of the features that you've got with WazirX. Because if you have a Binance account or a WazirX account, you can do peer-to-peer trading. You can send USDT Tether from Binance to WazirX and vice versa. So that is pretty cool, the fact that they've integrated the two exchanges. But we do want to take a quick look at the white paper, okay, because we want to know what it's all about. And I'm going to try and keep this video as short as possible so as not to bore you, and just cover the essentials pretty much. So the essentials from this white paper is that WazirX's native token is WRX, which is a utility token forming the backbone of the WazirX ecosystem. So just like BNB is for Binance, right? The WRX token will be based on Binance blockchain. Its total supply is 1 billion. The token holders will be rewarded with various benefits on trading on the exchange and in our future projects, whether or not detailed within this white paper. And what's interesting, and what they're not actually mentioning here, but I mean, they are saying that there will be an airdrop, and they are doing some kind of airdrops, right, from time to time. What's interesting is that if you hold the WRX token on the exchange, although you shouldn't be holding tokens on the exchange, and I hope that at some point they're gonna give you this kind of airdrop when you hold them in the wallet too. Maybe take a snapshot of everybody's wallets or something. That would be interesting. But I know that they did do some kind of airdrops. I think CHZ was the name of the token that they've airdropped not too long ago for holding WRX in your exchange, in the wallet on the WazirX exchange. So there is a risk, right? You're holding them on the exchange. You don't own the keys, so it's not really your crypto. It's the exchange's crypto, but you have access to that account. But that's how you could have gotten that airdrop. Now, so 10%, which is 100 million, was sold during the IEO public sale, which was held on Binance. As I mentioned earlier, the private sale had 50 million sold, so there could be a potential dump at some point in the future. We cannot exclude that whatsoever. You got to keep it in mind. The foundation, 300 million. Product and marketing, 200 million. The airdrop gets 111 million, so quite a lot for the airdrop, to be honest. 11.10% of the total supply, and for mining, 39 million. So we're going to talk about the mining as well. Now, what are the benefits? Because this is what we want to know, right? So some of the benefits for WRX token holders include, but are not limited to, 50% trading fee discount. They'll offer the trading fee discount to people who pay fees using the WRX token. So hence why we've got a strong utility, just like there is for the BNB token on Binance. With WRX, if you hold WRX on WazirX, you get a discount. On year one, which we're in now, it's 50% trading fee, 25% in the second year, and so on. Now, WRX mining, which is the one that I was talking about earlier, which they're assigning 39 million to. Now, users in each country will be able to mine, unlock, and earn WRX tokens by performing peer-to-peer trades. So when you're doing those peer-to-peer trades, then you are actually mining WRX. So you do get rewarded in WRX. So there's also the token airdrop applicable when different companies agree to provide tokens to WazirX users in return for listing on WazirX, or as a way to be promoted to all WazirX users. In such cases, we'll distribute such airdrops based on the amount of WRX you hold. So again, like with other exchanges, okay, they are new, so hence why they're trying to attract people to hold the WRX token in order to get rewarded certain airdrops. So of course, as with all airdrops, when they announced it on Twitter, because that's what they did the last time, it did cause a price pump, a sudden price pump when that happened. So we could be seeing this in the future again. But again, WRX is quite volatile in general on Binance. I've noticed there's a huge volatility. So I did talk about it in my other video where I mentioned the top 3 crypto gainers during the coronavirus outbreak. And WRX has dropped to as low as like 4.5, 4.7 cents, so just under 5 cents when it first got listed. And then it pumped all the way up to 14 cents, so that was a huge growth, right? And then it had another pump to 16 cents. I did talk about it in that video. But anyway, it did come back down all the way to like 5.8 cents, so extremely low. And now keep in mind that Bitcoin's price was quite high back then. It was like 10K, right? And then it pumped all the way up to 22 cents, almost 23 cents. And as I mentioned in that other video, it's amazing. And of course, with the Bitcoin crash, WazirX also crashed down back to 5 cents, or just above 5 cents. But what's interesting is that it quickly recovered, and I was like almost 2x the price. So hence why I mentioned it's one of the biggest gainers, because it's actually doing much better than what it did when it got listed initially on Binance, right? Even though Bitcoin's price is much lower right now. But anyway, not to kind of wave off too much from the main point of this video. So yeah, for the listing fee, there may be fees if you list your token on WazirX. Of course, if you get approved, you can pay these fees in WRX token. So this might be another use case here, which might cause the price to grow again for the hodlers out there of WRX tokens. This is a bit of a motivation, right? Apart from the airdrop growth as well and so on. Now, margin fee, if you do margin trading on WazirX, there may be a fee or interest on the borrowed amount. You can pay the same using WRX. Again, I don't recommend margin trading or leverage or anything like that, because I don't personally do it, and I do believe that people can get wrecked with that. So I just want to warn you. I want to say that I don't recommend that whatsoever if you're not a professional trader. And if you're a professional trader, you're probably not even watching this video because you're making a lot of money trading. So you don't really care about the vision of a project. All you're doing is you're using strategies to trade, right? But again, when I mentioned that you can use WRX or WazirX, especially if you're from India, it's mostly for buys and sells, right? Because you can do that if you're interested to get some crypto, right? It's simple. Again, not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, just to make it clear, and you can find that in the disclaimer. Now, the voting power. Token holders will also get the power to vote in listings or future releases. They made a typo here, or future feature releases. Sorry, there's no typo. Or future feature releases. Now, the WRX burning value. So they're following the same standard as Binance here, which is interesting. Every quarter, they'll burn WRX tokens based on the trading volume on our crypto-to-crypto platform until we destroy 10% of WRX. So there's going to be 900 million in total supply eventually, right? We'll eventually burn 100 million tokens as we launch fiat on-ramps to more countries. WRX tokens will have an integral role to play. So again, they're talking about the IO here. So about the fiat on-ramp. So this was interesting because this is what really caused that massive price pump, is when India agreed on that law to allow to allow users which have accounts in their banks, right, in the Indian banks, to deposit on crypto exchanges. And of course, WazirX has pumped like crazy that time. I don't know if it was whales pumping it. I don't know, some kind of manipulation to attract attention, and maybe more people got in and then he pumped it even more. But they were reporting a lot of users using WazirX. So perhaps they've advertised it in India and people knew about it. People that were interested in crypto for a long time and couldn't deposit were interested. They started buying like crazy, and that caused the price to pump a lot, from 7 cents all the way up to almost 23 cents. So that is a huge gain for many people out there, right? And I'm sure a lot of you are really delighted with that too. But the fact that they're burning, I do expect another reason for a price to pop is when they're going to announce the quarter burning. Because every time Binance do it, we see the price grow, right? We got to be realistic. This is what happens in crypto when we're going to get the burning announcement on Twitter, which I'm pretty sure they're going to do on Twitter, right? We can estimate that to happen at some point in May, right? I could be wrong, but I think it could be at some point in May. So sometimes in May, they may tweet it out and they may say, okay, we're going to be burning the first batch of WRX tokens. So that will cause, of course, the price to pump. All depending on what the price of Bitcoin is like at the time and the sentiment, right? Because if it happens, if they announce this when the Bitcoin price takes a huge dip to like 3,500, for example, right now it's trading at like 6,500. If it goes down to 3,500, it's unlikely that WRX is gonna hold so well when it's in such a big downtrend to go against the market. These kind of news are huge when the market is on an upside, and then they release the news just on time and help fuel that growth even more, right, when it's in an uptrend. So I think that's what they're going to try and do, because I'm noticing that they're kind of working towards that direction. When it's in an uptrend, they start to publish this kind of news on Twitter, important news to cause the price to grow. So you could expect something like that to happen. So that was it from today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments below of WazirX. Are you bullish on WazirX? Do you think Binance are going to help pump this token? Do you think Binance have made a great move by buying CoinMarketCap, WazirX, and who knows what many more things they're going to buy? So CZ is going to be a really famous person in the crypto space. He already is, but he's going to be even more famous when more people on-ramp crypto, right? So that's how it is. Let me know what you think once again. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.